show your face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookahanonymous_. Alright, we're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookahanonymous_. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, today we got a bizarre sequence of events. And at first we were kind of reluctant about speaking on this because it's very controversial and could stir up some tension between friends and family. And it could also open up a brand new can of worms if these accusations are in fact true. However, nothing has been 100% confirmed, but from the information that we already know, it's looking very shaky and people starting to toss their own opinions out there. So let's talk about it, man. Recently, JHE Trav was arrested on weapons possession charges. I guess when police ran the ballistics on the weapon that he was caught with, it traced back as the same weapon that was used in connection to the murder of BCR Meezle. Not to confuse y'all, BCR Meezle formerly went by the name FBG Meezle prior to BCR, but after the whole, FBG Doug death, things got a little messy within the FBG camp. He later changed it to BCR, which stands for Big Cloud Records. Now, after information came out about Trav's weapon being connected to the murder of Meezle, of course, everyone had their own opinions of backdoor this and backdoor that, but they were just that, opinions. Now, fast forward to today, Meezle's sister is alleging that Meezle was in fact backdoored and says that JHE Trav is being charged in connection for the murder of her brother. Now, these are some very, very strong claims. We do know that as of lately, it seemed like this whole backdoor and slime culture seems to be a thing these days, so it wouldn't be a surprise, but none of us know of a real motive as to why Trav will turn on one of the guys, but I guess we would just have to wait and see. Now, for y'all that aren't too familiar with BCR Meezle and his questionable death, Meezle was claiming FBG, and some say he was a cousin of FBG Duck. Prior to his passing, he was heavy on dissing the ops, such as O-Block as a whole, Lil Durk, King Von, even guys he was affiliated with himself, such as FBG Cash and FBG Young. Now, it's been reported that on February 20th, 2021, during the height of the pandemic, Meezle and a group of guys would attend a hotel party at the India Lakes Hotel, located in Bloomingdale, Illinois. Some believe it may have even been for a video shoot. However, Meezle and his guys ended up getting into an altercation with another group of guys. And from observation, I'll say that it wasn't the ops, because clearly it was a party he attended, so I'm sure everyone knew someone mutually there. Nobody's going to come to a party where maybe ops and, everybody knows each other mutually. But y'all know how these hotel parties can get, with drugs and alcohol being around. Everybody's testosterone levels is literally on 100%, So I guess one thing led to another, shots began to ring out and 6 people were hit. Out of the 6 people hit, it's reported that Meezle was one of them, and he was the only one that lost his life after being transported to the hospital. Now, investigators say that no one has come forth and said anything, and despite it being a large crowd, no suspects have been taken into custody. During a press conference that was held in regards to the situation, they say that BCR Meezle was actually caught in a crossfire. They're not sure if he was the intended target, but once again, they're just saying that it just so happened that he was caught in the hail of gunfire, and that's how he was targeted. And let me tell you right now, y'all want to know what's so ironic about this? Shortly before his passing, Meezle made a song called Dawa, did some Taekwon World, the whole 051 and all that. But I'm going to tell you right now, his situation reminds me of the 051 Melly situation where he was killed in the party as well, right? He was killed in the party and nobody came forward and gave up any suspects despite it being all these people that was in a large crowd, you know, all together. Everybody was there. I'm pretty sure more than 1 or 10 people seen who did what, but nobody spoke up. And that's the situation in both cases. And like I said, he pretty much went out just like Melly as well. That's kind of ironic. So now fast forward to JHE Trav being arrested for having a murder weapon. Now this could be a few reasons. We all know that weapons get passed through many hands, and usually after it gets used, guys either get rid of them, you know, themselves, or they sell it. You know, that's one possibility. Or just like the police said, Meezle was just caught in a crossfire, but the only difference is the shot came from his side. So not necessarily meaning it was intended for him, but it was like a case of friendly fire, you know? Or maybe we just putting too much thought into it and he was actually backdoored, and it's just as simple as that. You know, I can't sit here and tell you that he was backdoored for a fact, but if you pay attention, Taekwon World, JHE, who is filled with MOB members, 051 and FBG are all associated with each other in some form or fashion. You know, somebody knows somebody. Somebody could get in contact with somebody. You know, it's kind of mutual within, you know, those sets. And Meezle was going at Taekwon World and 051 kind of heavy. So who's to say that somebody didn't put that call in? You know, who's to say that somebody probably felt like, listen, we don't really know him like that anyway. You know, he's not a day one. He's not somebody that we knew forever. Give me X, Y, and Z and I'll bring him to you, or I'll drop his location. You know, who's to say that somebody didn't feel like that? Because that's what happens. That happens all the time behind the scenes where you may not know it, but guys, they like, well, we don't really know him like that. We'll sail him up the river. And you want to know what's funny? I was reading Reddit and 2 people commented and they made perfect sense. It was an old thread about your boy Meezle and his death and when he passed away and what people had to say, right? And one of the comments said, quote, "It's some nasty ish going on in every hood since 2018. N-words move around and don't be easy targets on the block anymore. And when ish go dry, you broke, you only got one option, and that's snaking someone you quote unquote kinda F with. It's getting out of hand and won't stop." Right? That was the first comment. That was 2 years ago. Now the second comment also said, quote, "Unfortunately, there's a lesson to take from this. He put himself in a really bad position. Started hanging, then claiming a new block. But then the man who brought him around got killed. Duck. Then he started effing with people from the block he hanging and claiming. So you gotta think, everyone in the hood got 10 to 20 year relationships with each other. Even if they not close friends, they like extended family. So now the people from the block who he thinks is his mans, they only have a 2 to 3 year friendship with him, but knowing the MF he don't F with for over a decade. It just take one neutral MF, could be a B word from the hood, anything to pass on a location or some info, and MF's gonna do that to his A word. Now in a nutshell, what he's trying to say is, your boy Meezle was going from hood to hood, like he was cool with one hood. However, the person that brought him around, which was Duck, he passed away. Now the hood that Duck brought him to, they don't really rock with him like that, you know, as close as he think that they do. So they know the people that he's into it with, right? Read between the lines. They know the people that he's into it with because they knew them longer. So they feel it's nothing to send them up a river for whatever. Sometimes it's money. Sometimes it's materialistic things. Who knows why? But that's what happens. And I think these 2 comments kind of, you know, nip everything in the butt if you pay attention, you know, and read in between the lines. Now, let's get into what Meezle's sister had to say. Truth Teller TV reported that Meezle's sister came out and said that Meezle was backdoored and JHE Trav was arrested in connection to the murder. But honestly, as I listened to the audio that Truth Teller posted, it seems like she got wind of the news just like the rest of us did and was just saying that he was backdoored because of the news that came out. It's not like she had some type of secret information. It's not like she was confirming something because she know it to be true. You know, it sounds like she was just speaking on what she heard. And I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel. It don't sound like she was breaking news to us or telling us something that we didn't know. It sounds like she was responding to the news that was already put out there, but being that she's his sister, people kind of, you know, take it to be more credible. Like, yeah, this is exactly what happened. We don't know. You know, Now, at the end of the day, I guess we'll just have to see and let everything play out. The only thing that we do know for sure is that Trav was found with the murder weapon. So does it mean he 100% did the shooting? No. All right. But if he was the only one found possessing the weapon, that's the assumption that the police is going to make. And until Trav releases a statement, or I guess his lawyer do, his due diligence, I guess all eyes is on him. But don't be surprised if he beat it. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not much proof. If you don't got no witnesses, it's but so much you can do with fingerprints and stuff. You could say he bought the gun. He'll probably get in trouble for the gun, but not the murder. So let's see, man. Y'all make sure y'all jump in the comments and let me know how y'all feel. Do y'all think Meezle was backdoored, or do y'all think he was just caught in the crossfire in the hail of gunfire? Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.